Well, good day, YouTubers, and hi there, and thank you for tuning in to today's video on YouTube. This is actually going to be a very different sort of video, and actually, it's going to be part 2 of my website building composition thing that I've been straightforward wrangling and ranting about so far, and I really wanted to show you of how my website has been going around ever since the start of 2026, but also the very end of 2025, and it seems like, hey, I'm going to show you the website that I've just built, and it basically has been a very arduous and very stressful moment, because I think the most annoying thing about building a website, and I've been using a program called Weebly, and I want to show you how my website has been built. So far, there hasn't been any page views on my website so far of late over the last, let's just say, past 7 or 3 days ago. And I'll tell you what, guys, I am absolutely freaking tired. I'm actually making this video in the middle of 3 a.m. In fact, on the later part of 3 a.m, it's now coming up towards about 4. And do you know what? I'm going to have 5, possibly 5 or 6 hours of sleep. That's not enough. So, in that case, hey, building websites, it's not that great. So, what am I going to do? How am I supposed to live like this if I'm going to keep on building websites every Tuesday? That's not right. Okay, I want to rant here at this part of the video here, eh? This point that I'm making here, it's just way too much. You know, if I'm building a website, try and give me some energy, okay? So, that's the only thing I need to say here. Just, please, stop actually telling me to build my website. Because the next thing I'll be doing is I'll be yawning, and then guess what? I'll be spreading that yawning and that sort of pack mentality to people. If I yawn back at you, you will start yawning. That's the problem. I get really tired easily when I work really hard, but then that's alright. I mean, just kidding. I will just have to work on my website, but I mean, that's just the point. What's the thing about, of me just having to build a freaking website on Weebly and then just having to exhaust myself just to spread that tiredness is just utterly crazy. And in fact, it's just utterly stupid. So, that being said, sorry for the rant, but yes, this is of course the website that I'm going to show you right now. But I've also got an announcement to basically sum up this video here, because I need to take some rest. In fact, a lot of rest. I'll be getting 5 or 5.5, possibly 6 hours of rest. I mean, that's not enough. I'm sorry, but that is actually not enough amount of sleep I'm getting here. Okay, right in front of you is, of course, the computer here. It's actually very, very bleak and white. But once you start to see my website, oops. Okay, so I can just, oh, did you just see that? That was a PDF file. And I'm going to show you of what's actually going to be like. The screen is absolutely bright as hell. I do apologize for not actually adjusting the brightness of the computer monitor screen, because I'm just too freaking tired. But anyways, let me just show you how my website is like. And there you go. This is, of course, Weebly. Now, with me sounding like a complete ego, this is my website that I've been building here. Of course, here's that image here of a flip-flap Chinese New Year themed pony event. That is actually an AI image generated. Yeah, it's an AI generated image of a pony like that, to celebrate the Lunar New Year event. And then you've also got this here. This is, of course, a Thomas and Friends ripoff. Tom Ash, which is like Ash Ketchum, crossed with Thomas the Tank. And is that dark? I'm thinking that's dark. And of course, yes, I've made this one up very, very nicely, of course. I could have called it Tom Ash and Frenemies, which I'll show you. So this is the website that I'm in at the moment here. This is a bit of a sneak peek. This is not the actual full preview of this. My website will constantly go through a complete phase of changing. So don't expect it to be exactly the same as it is now. So scrolling around, that's just 2 of these pictures. Right. And then we've also got the information here that's also been written as well. I can't show you the information that perfectly because the brightness can really straightforward. Yeah, the screen here is absolutely bright as hell, and what you see on camera is actually so significantly different than what I do. And there's some of my toys here. I bet now you're looking at these toys. I bet by the time in future videos they're gonna get weathered, and they might have a bit of wear and tear because of how much I play with them. They're actually meant to be built for sold purposes. Them cars are just excellent. I feel like I want to give all of these cars away because they need to find some new homes. And that bird as well looks really, really cool. Okay, so let me just scroll down. There's the feed tab. Very, very nice picture of me handling a few badges like that. Very, very nice. And then, of course, yes, we've also got this here. One of the Christmas 2022 items that I've decided to give away because, hey, it's time to make a new fresh start. Okay, so let me see what else. Let me go to our range. So this is the franchises page, which talks about what franchises I make. That's Tom, Ash, and Frenemies, which I'm looking forward to make in the future. And then obviously we've got Penguin Club World, which is a rip-off of Club Penguin, and then Ponies, a My Little Pony knockoff, which is definitely deemed to be one of the most shameless rip-offs I've done so far. Okay, let's go to About Us and FAQ. That talks about what my company is all about. Now, during the making of this website, originally I was supposed to be, running it as some sort of actual shopping business. That will have to be dealt by another website, be it, well, let's just say Zazzle, and another website that you can also sell your own products with. I mean, you don't have to basically sell your own products that you've made, but you can also you can also sell products by actually selling products that will already be made by other people. So you can do that, but you can also personify them, which will actually be a very, very nice thing to do so. I forgot the name of whatever the heck, the name is just escaping me at the moment here. I might have to probably think about that at another time. But there you go, these are some of the questions. Sorry for the rough and ready handling of my tablet. As you can see, it talks about of what we do as a company, which honestly, I'm the only guy or the only person that's actually involved on this company. And then there's even more questions right here about our purpose and mission. When do we usually update our website? Of course, we usually tend to do that like every Monday to Wednesday, which is just absolutely horrid. Yeah, more prominent during Tuesdays, possibly. Yeah, Tuesday is basically like the Mondays of my weeks now. It's just absolutely, yeah, it's a stressful point, but then hey, it's also very important as well. That's how it feels. Sunday is basically Sunday, and Monday is actually my Sunday, which is quite a very interesting point. That nowadays I don't hate Mondays for that point, and for that reason, of course. Of course, I do work at Birmingham and in Malaysia, but I haven't got the urge to actually make it as a valid company. But let me go ahead and take a look at services and contact us. Okay, so I do really apologize for the amount of brightness that's actually on that screen. Yeah, I could have adjusted that, but it talks about the services that you can contact. Right there is contact us. Okay, and all of that text has been. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't adjust the brightness here, but this is all I can do here. So it talks about the contacts us on the top left, and then on the middle, you've got your warranty services about, where to buy, which parts have you missed out, or any kind of product defection going on here. And then on the right, it's to message us. It's quite amazing that the image here, strangely enough, compared to the other two, it's AI generated. How funny is that? I mean, I could probably replace that image of just real people. Maybe I might as well just replace it with a telephone, just to be a lot much more, let's just say, different, so that I can't show real people. I think that's a better thing to do. Let's go to services and contact us. Portfolio. What does that do? Poof. There's nothing about that. Yeah, I think I need to get rid of portfolio. It's not that great. Maybe, just maybe, if I can delete this. Yeah, it's not that great. Not that important somehow. And we've also got PDF links, which looks like that. Okay, so this is, of course, the last page that I normally tend to do. And what would be very fair is that I could actually put this right over in the middle, which would be much more interesting to talk about how this is all being set up. Although, maybe it's best if I could put it like that. I like it that way. Anyways, so I have actually drawn a picture of an origami crane, a snake, a mouse, and a shuriken. It looks actually quite nice, and a heart. And what is that? Is that a flapping bird? So it does look very much the part of what I'm seeing here. It's quite a very nice background design. And on the bottom here, talks about this weird information. Some of it has been regenerated by AI to make the sentence as if it hadn't had any signs of a dead sentence or more than one dead sentence. You know, I'm not saying it's a death sentence to my website. All I'm saying is that some of these sentences haven't got any dead words or dead sentences, which makes it quite concise. And then I've also wrote down what that is. Okay, so quite weird. Oh, didn't realize you could actually throw in a link to Adobe Reader. It's not that great, but I mean, hey. Right, so, and these are some of the PDFs that I've also have made. What I could have done was basically, I don't know what to really say, but I'm sort of thinking maybe in the future I will try and make it as alphabetically order or in different subgroups of whatever item I'll be making in the future. And it's actually quite a very nice way to compose of how it's been done. What if I actually decided to put videos onto my website? Well, that will actually have to be done. I might as well just have to do it in, well, let's just say on another YouTube channel, maybe on a second YouTube channel or a third YouTube channel, and maybe that will actually pretty much stop, let's just say, people from getting confused and say, yeah, because I have to be very careful that the Flip Flap channel, that being my main channel, is actually it's actually very much the main channel that I use, but it's actually a YouTube channel that I don't often heavily associate with Flip Flap toy reviews. I mean, I do a lot of toy reviewing, but I don't usually involve in, like, let's just say, talking about what our company is, or advertising and that sort of thing, you know, that sort of stuff that monetizes my company. So basically, I've got to make a second YouTube channel that actually talks about my company being monetized and also having the urge to promote the company itself, but my main channel doesn't. So, to put this into context, my actual channel that you're in at the moment is actually not very much what it is. It's actually a very merry mix of different content. You know, I've got toy reviews, I've got vlogs. Okay, I need to show my fingers. Toy reviews, vlogs, animations. I think so. It's toy reviews, vlogs, animations, plane spotting, train spotting, wildlife watching, and bird watching, I think it is. And then I've also, yeah, there's all sorts of stuff around here. Dark Side knockoff toy reviews, where I just come along and smash out bootleg toys and whatnot. Reaction videos. And also possibly a bit of gameplay videos. Maybe. But, yeah. So, this is my website that I've composed. And it's really challenging because obviously I won't be able to finish everything up. Now, if I go back to the About Us and FAQ page, I would like to add anything else. Maybe I could add like 1 or 2 pictures to try and make it quite interesting. So, yes, that would be wonderful somehow if I could add some pictures onto this page and make it less bland. You know, make it, I might as well add some bling into the picture and make it a bit different than what everyone else has seen. Yeah, that is my website. So, yes, as I said earlier on before, um, when it comes into building websites, it can be really tiring. But there's one thing that I really need to be reminded that any person who is building a website should be remindful of. One thing about building a website is that, yes, okay, so where was I? So, in terms of building a website, for customers and for people who are part of a company who are just genuinely impatient about how my websites are being built, this is something that this has to be adapted as always as per usual. And one thing about building a website is that you have to respect the creator's time. And I myself, okay, let me just jump cut here because I need to say here. Okay, sorry about the twitching of my eyes here, because I'm absolutely freaking tired as hell, eh? But right, the only one thing that you should always do is that when it comes to the websites, is as a creator, is that you have to respect your body, and as a customer, you have to respect the creator's time and to respect the creator's reasons and also their body as well too, because if you're not respecting their body, they'll never ever respect you. You have to carefully judge on how it's been made, but also you have to be very careful on how to judge on how the creator has actually have done. Well, in that case, hey, you won't see the creator, I think, and all creators, well, most creators will like to be hidden away and to be untold, as as very much as secret as it sounds. It's very much normal. So there is one more thing that I need to go ahead and start in the video here. Now I need to make up an announcement, and it's something I don't really seemingly put up on my videos on YouTube, and it's about how my YouTube channel is going to be like. So basically, if you look back at my let's just say very very big sorry, oops, sorry, I need to go ahead and oh, that was a bit of a jump scare from that noise. Okay, so I got the sound turned down on whatever video I was watching. Hopefully I won't get a nasty copyright strike. So, yeah, I was kind of gaslighting. Right. So, yes, my YouTube channel, let me just jump cut here, that you're looking at the moment, needs a good breakaway. So hopefully I need to do a bit of video renaming. And the other thing is I need to do other stuff as well too. Because of this, man, I feel so freaking tired. I mean, it's just, not fair for me to try and waste my time and just do other stuff. I've got a lot of videos that have been uploaded during 2025 and 2024, and basically 90% of them have never been renamed. So it's probably best for me to take myself a big break, and then having to try and rename all of these videos will be a great big problem solver. Isn't that great? I certainly think so. But the one thing has to be said here, and that is this. And as I've been constantly scrolling around across from my YouTube channel, and basically with most, if not all, of my videos being straightforward, unnamed or unrenamed in that purpose, I don't know. But there is one thing I can tell you, is that I'm actually going to make one significant change, but it's actually going to be temporary. This week, unlike the rest of what I've done on my YouTube channel, I'm actually going to be taking a break from making videos on Wednesday. More specifically, at around 11 or 12 p.m. So basically, I'm going to stop making videos at that time. And actually, I'm not going to be making any more videos up until Friday morning, which will be around 11 a.m. And that's because I've got an appointment that's actually around 12 p.m. And in that case, hey, that's what I'm going to be doing. And the other thing is, I'm also going to be heading up towards the airport on Thursday, just because I want to bring back that vibe that was actually seen in 2024. Okay, so basically, when I was making videos during 2024, the days that were only straightforward exempt were either Tuesdays or Thursdays. being one or two of the other videos that I've decided not to make videos. And in that one occasion, that one time, it was a Sunday. So basically, on a Sunday, I also stopped making videos because temporarily I didn't want to make videos at that time just because I decided so. So I think what I'd probably do by Wednesday of tomorrow, it's going to be very much a big setup of what I feel like 2026 is going to become. It's going to be another 2024 style sort of year. So hopefully you've got the message, and I do apologize if I'm not going to be making any more videos after Wednesday and Thursday of this week. So keep an eye out for what I'll be doing on Friday, because I'll be back on Friday morning and I'll be able to recover myself from a bit of a hiatus just to get myself back on track, because I need a bit more time off, like so. Anyways, I'm going to leave the video here. If you really enjoyed this video, please give this video a very good like, subscribe for more for that videos in the future, and boy do I really need some rest after blabbering around for about over 20 minutes or so. Yeah, you know what, I've just hit that mark, didn't I? As always, thanks so much for watching, and goodbye for now. That's all I can really say here.